Hey, this is your girl V Bozeman, and I know the Caribbean has been locked into the amazing hit show Empire and feeling what is love. I just want to take the time out to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I can't wait to join you in paradise in the Caribbean.
Is there somewhere else that's better for you?
You go, girl. Well, in keeping with that theme and that accent, let's get into the first of our last 3 interview segments, which focuses on the arts and entertainment. Yeah, man. Well, if you're aware of the hit television series Empire that airs on TV6, you would have probably seen the artist we just heard about, V Bozeman, sing a hit single, What Is Love? Oh, What Is Love? Released for the show. The single now has a Caribbean remix featuring local artist Ziggy Rankin, not Ranking, Rankin. To tell us more about this international collaboration, we're joined not by Dr. Lincoln Douglas, who is another politician that hasn't turned up for whatever reason. We are joined by the CEO and founder of Tempo, and we well remember the interview we had with him a few years ago, Frederick Morton Jr., and the man himself, Ziggy Rankin, joining us. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show this morning. Apologies for the pitiful U.S. accent. I tried my best.
It was quite good, actually.
I can't get in the soulful kind of thing because it's a little different background. But tell us what this collaboration represents.
Well, first of all, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. It's great to be here. The collaboration really represents what we do at the network for the last 10 years. We're turning 10 in November, and we become famous, the network, for elevating Caribbean talent. So taking local talent and turning them into regional talent, and in many cases taking local talent and turning them into international talent.
Yeah.
So this collaboration is consistent with that objective over the years. From Rihanna in her early years to Tassan Chin, we knew Tassan was the voice before she became the voice, to countless regional acts, we've helped to move them in a direction that helps to expose the culture of the Caribbean. So this collaboration now with one of the most unique vocals, one of the most powerful vocals, to me one of the most talented artists in the Caribbean, partnering him with one of the leading recording artists in America right now who is ready to shoot off, represents a real step in a hugely positive direction for the elevation of the music.
Sure. Well, Ziggy, you just get big up by the man himself. And from your perspective, what does that mean as far as what I'm sure you're hoping is an upward trend in your career? What does this mean for you?
Well, I mean, it's a privilege and it's a blessing. I mean, we're always working hard behind the scenes. I mean, I've been working with Tempo for the 10 years now. You know, they call me a Tempo baby.
Yeah.
And we're always working on the craft, working on the tunes, and it's a development. So now, at this stage now, I mean, we have done other collaborations with other artists, but this standard that we're on is a totally different class, you know what I mean? And I'm very honored and just waiting to see what could happen, what could unfold.
And do you think you've been able to develop a distinctive style that allows you to be separated from everyone else? Because the entertainment industry is very competitive. People see certain trends and decide that this is the way to go to maybe move ahead. Have you been able to distinguish yourself from the rest?
Well, my style, as you could see, and anybody could testify, is my style. I mean, once you hear Ziggy, you know it's Ziggy Rankin. And what I try to do is diversify too. You know, you can't classify Ziggy Rankin as a soca artist, or Ziggy Rankin as a reggae artist, or Ziggy Rankin as a Christmas, you know what I mean, artist.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, you know what I mean, and I try to make that very clear to each and everybody, and for all the artists out there, you have to, once it's music, you have to do it. You can't centralize yourself or put yourself in a corner. So my style of music is world music, and well, the voice is my definition.
And Frederick Morton Jr., as far as Tempo and Tempo's role in the development of artists and presenting Caribbean entertainment to the world, are you satisfied with what Tempo has been able to achieve in coming up towards 10 years?
Yeah, well, I think that the mission and the objective and the vision of the network has been blessed, for sure. In the last 10 years, I think, countless talent from the region would identify Tempo as the reason that they are regional talents. We've made hits of songs from artists from around the region. So we're talking from Jamaica, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, from the bigger islands to the smaller islands.
Yes.
Tempo is the go-to place for getting your music out, and certainly for creating hits. And so I'm very pleased with that. And we set out to do that. And we're turning 10, as I mentioned, in November, and we're celebrating that ability. And in fact, in the next decade, we want to step up that ability and create more collaborations and create more opportunities. And we're definitely poised to do that.
And sometimes you can become a victim of your own success in the sense that when you have raised the profile of the entertainment industry, when you are the platform for that, the big fish outside there decide they want to move in and take over the space.
Yes.
Have you had to deal with that sort of situation?
Well, you know, you asked a great question, and that's why you're in the seat that you are. And I have to be cognizant of that because, you know, for many years, you know, folks would see an opportunity in the Caribbean and try to grab it. And if it doesn't have a sort of a Caribbean management of it, it then becomes into an exploitive position. Thankfully, I was trained in the United States in the belly of the beast.
In the ultimate cutthroat environment.
That's right, that's right. So I totally understand. You know, I was in big media at MTV Networks for many, many years. I think you know that I'm legally trained, so I'm a lawyer. Yes. So there's some things.
Well, we won't hold that against you.
No, you don't have to. I'm recovering, right. But you know, all of that training and experience puts me in a very unique position to be able to protect our environment. You know, I won't be able to protect it all the way, but we have to. That's one of the risks we face. When you become exposed, you sort of expose yourself to everything. So exposure is good, and it's bad and has to be managed.
And speaking of exposure, Ziggy, because you said no one can nail you down as this type of genre, but to gain international acceptance, to be able to really reach that platform that I'm sure you want to reach as an entertainer, do you think you have to tailor your style or adjust your style to reach that greater international audience?
Eventually, I might have to tailor the style, but at the time, it's always good to diversify and learn and have the foundation of each type of music. So no matter where it might take me, you know, I mean, I will have that expertise in that genre. So even after lockdown, if it comes to that and I have to tailor myself, I'll already be familiar with that genre.
Obviously, it's something that you enjoy. Nobody goes into something like this just for the sake of money only. Although that is clearly you want to live, you want to earn. But does it reach a point where it almost becomes too much hard work in trying to ensure that you always are that cutting edge to be something that the audience wants all the time?
Well, not to me, you know, because my motto is music is life, life is music. I love music. There's nothing else I'd rather do. I mean, I've done a lot of jobs in the past, you know what I mean, but this one, when you're doing something that you were born to do, I mean, it's never tiring. I mean, we always help it. We always go, we talk to the youths, we try to spread the joy because we are messengers, you know what I mean? That's how serious I take it. So it's always a joy for me to spread the message in whatever way I could.
And the last time we were talking about another messenger for biblical variety.
Yes, the ultimate messenger.
Indeed. And before we conclude, because we just have a couple of minutes left,
Sure.
do you feel the tempo message is one that reflects the Caribbean positively as well? Because it's a dialogue that obviously time doesn't allow, but
Sure.
at the end of the day, it's about, yes, selling records and selling, well, not records, CDs or whatever they call it now.
Yes. Music. Right.
Because everything is downloaded now.
Right.
But it's also about an image.
Yes.
Do you think the image that tempo gives of the Caribbean is a positive one?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we become known for. In fact, entering your fine establishment this morning, I was greeted with a very wonderful greeting that solidifies that we are on the right track. I can't remember the gentleman's name right now, but his security that ushered me here said, you know, thank you for what you've been doing for the Caribbean because it's been positive and continue to do that. So right here in the TV6 building, it was validated. You know, he sees the work that I'm doing with the kids, you know, JJ and Friends, for example. I'm an endorser of that product and Badness Out of Style and really sending right messages. We are a very spiritually inclined network, believe it or not, so it's powered by the great messenger that we're talking about, Jesus. We're
going to have that discussion, continue that discussion. Time is just about run out of this, unfortunately. But Ziggy, I don't know if he's familiar with the word mamagism, but you can tell him that in this place, we mama guy from the security guard to the host. Good to have you all with us this morning. Let's hope all goes well, and let's see how the collaboration turns out as well. It's coming up about 7:35 in Trinidad and Tobago. Mamagism certainly isn't out of style right here at TV6. We'll be back after this.